Thank you so much. Thank you. Dear friends and residents of Bukit Batok, it is really a pleasure and a privilege for me to address you again tonight. In my speech, I wish to focus on two of our social programs which I play a role in putting together. But before I go into that, let me touch on something very quickly, unrelated topic. As you know, I was a candidate at Marsiling UT GRC during the last election. Although not elected, my fellow candidates and I continue to keep in touch with the constituency. Every now and then, we pop by. Well, this afternoon, we heard that there was a fire at Block 215, Marsiling Lane. Fortunately, we also heard that no one was injured and that the fire was swiftly put out by the firefighters from the SCDF. So I just want to take this moment to acknowledge and thank our brave men and women from the SCDF and other departments for doing such a good job in containing the mishap. They deserve an applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming back to our social program. I noticed as I helped Dr. Chi to canvass around Bukit Batok that there are many elderly and needy people in Bukit Batok. As a social psychologist, I'm very mindful of the social implication of that fact. But really, you don't need to be a psychologist at all to be able to appreciate some of these implications. Elderly people who live alone especially and have some form of disability face many, many challenges. Even mundane tasks like getting food, buying grocery, going to the doctor can present challenging situations. If they are lucky enough to be living in a friendly neighborhood where residents help and look out for each other, then some of this difficulty can be alleviated. But they cannot afford to take any chances. What if they are not living in such a neighborhood? And this is where the SDP comes in. We call it Hearts for Bukit Batok. We want to create a caring communities for elderly, and in doing so, we will create a lifestyle that enriches both the receiver and the giver. Yes, the giver too. A wise man once said long ago, "Blessed are those who give." Have you ever helped someone before? Have you done a deed of kindness recently? If you have, you will remember that you felt really good. You felt blessed about what you have done. And that's what it's about. In Hearts for Bukit Batok, we want residents to take care of one another, starting with a better off family, adopting and caring for low-income ones. That way, we will build bonds among the community, and Hearts for Bukit Batok becomes part of that community spirit. We will encourage residents to adopt an elderly or a family by contributing their time or resources to take care of needy seniors in their neighborhood. As I work on the project, one of the things that encourages, that motivates, that keeps me going is the response from the people around who heard about this. Frequently, I get oh, that's a good idea. Count me in, I want to help. You know, these are the things that kept me going on and on. Although not officially launched, the heart for Bukit Batok is already gaining traction. Just recently, in one of our rounds, we came across a family who badly needed a wheelchair ramps, but they were too poor to be able to afford one. Well, we sounded out the family needs through our network, and almost immediately, a donor responded, and the need was met. The donor do not want to be named, but I think she deserves an applause. Another incident, an elderly person whom Dr. Chi met does not have a leg. But some of us don't have a shoe, but you appreciate when you see someone do not have legs. Well, we featured her in our SDP Facebook, and again, a kind soul responded and wrote to us and offered to get her an artificial limb. Again, he didn't want to be identified, he wanted to stay anonymous. Well, this is some of the way in which we'll go about do this program. You're getting a taste of it right now. But you see, we need your help. We need you to vote Dr. Chi in. Then we'll be able to facilitate this program to its fullest. But nonetheless, this program will continue on. Now, the program will ensure that contributors are properly, or contribution rather, are properly channeled to deserving recipients. And the program will coordinate the offered help so that we can match the helper and those that need help. It is hoped that the heart of Bukit Batok will eventually take a life of its own and morph into a lifestyle that enriches both the receiver and the giver. Not only am I a psychologist, I also teach at the Murdoch University. And as a teacher, of course, I'm very mindful of the educational program. As a teacher, I, of course, have my heart, my student, their welfare, their educational needs, and all. So this is another of my pet projects, because one thing that irks me a lot is the fact that our education ministry keep patting themselves on the back to say how good they are. You know, when you keep saying how good you are and you are blind to all the flaws, you will never improve yourself. And that's what happened with our Ministry of Education. We have so much flaws, but are not addressed. And today, I don't want to go into the technicalities of that educational system, but rather, again, I want to look at the social impact that it has. Many students, and I'm sure you have come across some of them, and some of them may be related to you. Some of them may be your friends or your friends' children. They don't do well in school. They found a disconnect. And so what do? Pretty much nothing, because they don't know what to do. They have nobody to confide with. Well, what I want to do with my colleagues with this program we call the Pathfinder is to create a friendly environment for these students to de-stress, to find friends, to build confidence and unleash their talents. Many of these students find that disconnect with school for one reason or another. It could be because of our educational system. It could be some other problem at home, perhaps, or it could be some other problem in a community. But this place we are going to call Pathfinders, will allow them to come and find someone with a listening ear who would listen to them. So it's not just a place for tuition. Yes, they can find tuition, and we will have scholarship for needy students. And we will find coaching for them as well. But this is a place where they can come and interact with other students, play a game, find a friendly ears for their problems. They need to confide with someone. And these are all important things, which very often our school system do not have. When a student has a good time, you can tell that they probably are academically well off, right, in school. And those are the teacher's path. But what about those people who are not academically well off? Are they really stupid? No, I don't think so. And I'm speaking as a psychologist now. Many of these people are intelligent students, but somehow they find a disconnect. Could be because of our educational system. Could be something else. But we have to get to the core. And this is what Pathfinder intend to do, to help these students who fall through the cracks, through the academic cracks, if you like. So we are going to help this student to find a way to be able to enhance their talents, all right? To be able to come to a safe place where they can make mistakes and when they can learn and flourish. And that's really important. So I just want to present these two social programs to you, and I hope that you would be able to compare the programs that Dr. Chi has for you in Bukit Batok and versus that of Muralis, which to now, I'm still wondering what they are, vague as they are. I heard something about education. I heard something about healthcare. It sounds very familiar. We have been planning that for years. And they have been the ruling party for so many years. How come it take them so long to suddenly come up with this plan? I don't know. But friends, I leave you with this. I know you are all intelligent people, and you know how to judge. I hope that you will make the right choice come 7th of May when you go into the ballot box. When you are about to mark that cross, please choose the right man for Bukit Batok. Please choose Dr. Chi. Please choose the SDP. So I'll leave you with this. Thank you very much. Vote wisely, vote correctly, vote Dr. Chi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. John Tan.